Hello, today I try to recreate a corset cover as seen in the Austrian magazine Modeblatt der Wiener Illustrierten Frauenzeitung from the 10th of February 1898. The magazine describes it as a corset cover out of chiffon to protect your corset and outer clothing. It has a squared neck and lace trim attached, also a ribbon is attached. As you saw in the preview, the corset cover is pretty wrinkly. I will face those issues and talk how to avoid them at the end of this video. I have started with some basic measurements of mine and some sketches. The corset cover consists out of a front and a back piece, and those will be attached to a single bottom piece later on. Here you can see me drafting the front piece. If you want to follow along, there is a link for you in the description. The instructions are updated, so your corset cover should be way smoother. Here you can see the armhole and the finished neckline. I tapered it a little bit to match the picture in the magazine better. By the way, there is also a link to this magazine in the description down below. The magazine is free and digitized by the Austrian National Library. I folded the drafted piece to my body to check if it looks okay, and it did. I'm not a fan of wasting huge amounts of fabric for mock-ups, so I often don't do them. Instead, I often make a second improved one sometime in the future. In the end, it's an undergarment and nobody will see it whilst wearing a late 1890s outfit. As fabric, I used this thin cotton left from the American Duchess 1910s cape lining. I transferred my pattern and then cut it out. Whilst doing that, I made sure to leave about 1.5 cm a seam allowance on all edges. First, I pinned and sewn the two darts in the front. I have also folded the seam allowance to the pattern line once and top stitched it in place. I did this to the center front and the neckline. Then I folded it once again and felt it in place. Now I whipped on the cotton lace trim to the neckline. Then I drafted the back piece. It will be placed on the fold. It has a small dart center back. I could have edited all the drafting and cutting together, but this is not the way I work. I wanted to show that it is okay to do the things in the order you want. I made sure that I placed the fabric on the fold, traced around the pattern pieces and cut it out, again with about 1.5 cm seam allowance. Next, the center back dart was marked and sewn. Now it was time to stitch the shoulder seams together and finish the neckline by adding the lace all the way around it. Next, I French seamed the side seams. First I sewn with the fabric left side facing each other close to the edge and trimmed away excess. Then I turned it inside out. Now I sew along the marked line to finish up my side seam. Then I finished the armholes. To help the fabric with curving in, I clipped the seam allowance, felled it down and added the lace trim. Then I noticed that there is a ribbon attached to the neck and armholes. I used the blue satin ribbon and attached it to the neckline, but not to the armhole. I thought this was too much. Then I repeated the drafting, cutting out and finishing off the bottom and side seams of my bottom piece. And I stitched the darts. I forgot about them. The top and the bottom half were placed right sides facing each other and sewn along. I tried to match the darts, but I was semi-successful. I finished all seams, sewed some buttonholes and buttons on and tried it on. The wrinkles come from the long darts on the bottom piece and no side darts on the top pieces. Again, I've changed that in the instructions I made for you if you want to follow along. If you liked this video, please consider liking this video or leaving a comment. This would mean much to me.